Hi everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel Manu Issue ACCA classes. So I am Manu Issue and in this video I am going to do the exam kit of AFM, that's Advanced Financial Management, and the question I have selected is from the Risk Management. Okay, it's a law firm company from September 22. So basically in this video I will explain about the exam kit as well along with solving the question. I will try to explain the concept. So I'm also planning to make a short video on those concepts. So please stay tuned to my channel for this kind of video. So for that, please subscribe to my channel and share it among your friends so that they could also have the benefit. Okay. So in this law firm company question, particularly there is three requirements. The first is to calculate the impact on the intra-group cash flow if law firm company and its three subsidiaries use multilateral netting to settle outstanding balance. Briefly explain the main advantage of multilateral netting system. Evaluate which of the methods suggested by the law firm's treasury manager would minimize the payment to Swedish supplier in 5-month time. And the last one explain how centralized treasury department assist with the law firm company cost reduction strategy and discuss the advantage of the finance director proposal to decentralize the treasury function. Okay, so let's have a look on the scenario. What's the background? Okay, law firm company is a holding company based in the US, United States. Law firm company treasury department centrally manage financial risks on the behalf of the company subsidiaries. Okay, and many of which are based abroad. Multilateral netting is used to settle intra-group balance. Spot methods are used for the purpose of multilateral netting, and the United States dollar is the base currency. The following cash flow are due between the law firm company and the three of the subsidiary company. Subsidiary are Fitz company based in the United Kingdom, currency GBP, Ghana Co based in the India, currency INR, and Adler Co based in the Turkey, currency TRY. So basically they have given the what's the amount owned by and on to, and amounts are also given. Okay, the following midpoint rate quotation have been obtained. Okay, they have already given us the mid rate quotation. Settlement are made in the order that the company owing the largest net amount in the USD settle with the company or to the smallest net amount in USD. Okay, this all about the exhibit 1 information, and this all related to the first requirement to calculate the impact on the intra-group cash flow, right? Okay. So basically, if you find this kind of question on the multilateral netting, the first thing you have to uh, look for is that you have to convert all these currency into the base currency. And in our case, base currency is, I think it's USD dollar. What is the parent company currency? Um, yeah, it's USD dollar is the base currency. Okay, fine. So it means whatever the amount here in the question it's given, first of all we have to convert all these amount into the base currency. Okay, so let's make a quick a table for this. The first we will write down O2, OWT to O2, and above we will write an out by. Okay, and we will write down the name. How many company are involved? Law firm company, Fitzco, then we have Gahana, G-A-H-A-N-A, the Ghana Co, Adlar Co, okay. So these are basically the company involved, and parent and subsidiary basically, okay. And same will be for the odd by, okay. So Fitzco, then we have Ghana Co, then Adlar, okay. So first we will make a chart like this, and we will just keep the amount out by and out to. Okay, simple. In this case, let's say the amount out by the law office company or to Ghana company means law office company will pay Ghana company how much in INR 3447.70. Okay, law office company will pay Ghana Co INR 3447.70. Is it okay? Okay, then law office company will pay again Adler Co, and it's TRY 126 126.20. Then finally, Fitchco will pay Lough and the amount is USD. So it's in the base currency. So we will simply keep it amount. Okay, 75.75. Then Fitchco will pay Adlarco, and what is the amount? It's in the INR 333.13. And Fitchco will again pay. Oh, sorry, it's my fault. I think Fitchco will pay Gahana Co. It's INR 333.13, and to Adlar it's TRY 256.29. Okay. So then Ghana will pay Fizz GBP 34.08. Okay, and Ghana will pay Adlar, it's TRY 135.52. Okay, and Adlar will pay Lofisco, it's in the USD. That means in this amount is in the base currency. So we will simply write down 12.80. Okay, so this is the first step. We will make a simple chart and we will put the who is on by whom. Okay, simple. Then in second step, we will same copy the this table, and now we will convert all the amount into the base currency. Okay, let's move to the this INR 3447.70. Okay, so we have given the INR USD. Okay, so it means per USD amount is given. It's 1 USD is equal to 72.4 INR. So we will divide. Okay. So one thing I will like to say, some of the students get confused whether it's a direct quote or indirect quote, or whether we have to multiply or divide. Okay. So one thing you have to remember is, okay, let me clear about this thing. Direct quote. Okay. And other is indirect quote. Okay. So our home currency is, oh, spelling mistake. Okay, so our home currency is USD, right? So if the exchange rate quotation is given to the per foreign currency, if it is in the per foreign currency, then it is our direct quote. Okay, but if in case the quotation is quoted as in the per our home currency, then it is indirect quote. Okay, and here you have to multiply and here you have to divide. Okay, these are the rules. So you can see, okay, so here you can see the quotation is in per USD, and USD is our home currency, right? So we will divide. So simple, what we will do, we will divide, we will just remove this INR equal to and divide it by 72.4. Okay. Okay. So similarly, TRY, it's also a indirect quote. We will divide, right? So we will put down equal to and divide it by 7.2235. Okay, INR again. Okay, so we will put down equal to and divide it by 72.400. Okay, no, it's 000. No matter. Okay, so again TRY, so we will put down equal to and divide it by 7.2235. Okay, so again divide by 7.2235 and remove this front later equal to. Okay, so here we will divide it by 0.7070. Okay, and remove this GBP and put the equal to sign. Okay, so all done. Okay, just wait a second. Huh? Let's convert all these amount into the 2 decimal point. Okay, so done. So now what we have to do is remove this one. Okay. Okay. So now calculate the total amount. Okay, total. And here also you have to find out total. Okay, so it's sum Okay. Okay, so here some okay, so we find out the total amount, okay, but both on the horizontal side and the vertical side. So this one is your total receipt amount, okay, and the down below was total payable amount, okay. So now what you have to do is just keep this total receipt here and सब amount को भी copy कर लो, okay. एक सेकंड ना, copy the all amount आप नीचे लाके ऐसे रख दो, okay. So now आपको net amount either वो आपका receipt होगा, it will be in positive और negative होगा, that means payable, okay, okay. So okay, so receipt is greater than the payable, so it means positive, okay. And here payable is greater than the receipt, so it means you have to pay. The same case here as well, and here receipt is greater means you will receive. So this is the final balance. It means after netting off, these are the final balance left to the parent company to be paid or to be received. Okay. Okay. So now the question told here the settlement are made in the order that the company owing the largest net amount in the USD settle with the company or the smallest net amount in the USD. Means company owing the largest net amount in the USD. Largest net amount owed by this FISCO, we will settle with the company owed the smallest net amount. It means FISCO will first pay smallest amount owned by the Lough FISCO. Okay, so FISCO will first pay the Lough FISCO company 23.46, and after paying the Lough FISCO company, the FISCO will have remaining balance 44.17. So he will pay to the Adlarco. Okay, so after paying to Adlarco, how much balance is remaining to the Adlarco to be received is 14.74, and Adlar will receive this amount from the Ghana. Got my point? Let me explain one more time. See, the question is telling the company owing the largest net amount, means company who is about to pay, means in our case the company about to pay is FESCO and Ghana will pay, right? Because they have a net payable balance. So out of this, the largest amount owed by is largest amount owing is by the FISCO, right? So FISCO will pay to the company or the smallest net amount in the USD. If you see, look at the positive balance, the company is the Adlar and the Loffice company, and out of these two, the smallest amount owed is Loffice company. So it means the FISCO will pay first Loffice company 23.46. So after paying the Loffice company, the net payable balance remaining to the FISCO will be 44.17. So he will pay. I mean to say, company will pay then to the Adlarco. So Adlarco is about to receive 58.91. Out of this, the Adlarco received 44.17 from FISCO. So remaining amount to be received is 14.74, and Adlar will receive this amount from the Ghana. So this is what the question is saying. Okay, so got my point? Okay, so this was for the first requirement, and there was one more thing attached to the question is briefly explain the main advantage of multilateral netting system. Okay, so obviously this is done to save your transaction cost. Okay, here company will have a as the company is operating a central treasury department, right? So here company will have a one bank account and net up all these transactions, so it will save your bank transaction. Okay, so this is the advantage of the multilateral netting. And plus one more thing, so you have don't have headache to means here's the each and every transaction. As in our case, you can have a look. So there is lot of transactions, right? So hazing the individual transaction will consume your time, right? So if you are using a multilateral meetings, it will save your time as well as cost. So these things you have to explain in case for the advantage. Okay, you got my point. Okay, so next question is, evaluate which method suggested by the law office company treasury manager would minimize the payment to Swedish supplier in the 5-month time. Okay, so we have to look to the exhibit 2, payment to supplier in Swedish corner. Okay, law office company makes a regular payment to supplier based in the Sweden. Okay, so it's a different country. Sweden currency is Swedish krona, SEK, and the next payment is for SEK 125 million and is due in the 5-month time. The treasury manager is concerned about the exposure to the transaction risks and is considering hedging the payment using either forward or money market based on the following data. Okay, so interest rate available, exchange rate is also given. Okay, fine. So it means out of these two methods suggested by the law office code treasury managers, which would minimize the payment to the Swedish supplier in the 5 months, we have to calculate. Okay, so first method suggested by is the forward. Okay, so let me write down these things. Okay, so we will first look for the forward market, right? Okay, so I'm just explaining the answer. I'm not presenting the answer in the formal way. Try to explain it in a good try to have a good presentation for this answer. So because there is separate mark allocated for this presentation, communication, as you can see in the each and every question, I think there will be 5 marks for uh, in section B. Okay, but there is 10 marks, professional marks for the section A question, right? Okay, so how much amount the company is about to pay? Okay, so it's payment. It's 125 million, 125, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and it's SEK. It means this one is the currency. In how much and how much time? In 5 months. Okay, time period is 5 months. Time period. Okay, so it's 5 months. Okay, so now, okay, so as we are using the forward rate, so we have already given the forward 5-month forward exchange rate. Okay, I mean we are using the forward market, so the 5-month forward rate is already given. So what we have to do is, so there are two rate given. You can see in the question there are two rate given. So one is the ask rate, other is the bid rate. Okay, so now think for first of all, think you are about to pay the your Swedish supplier in 5 month time. Okay, and that's in the currency Swedish krona, your base currency US dollar, right? So what you will do, you will just sell out the USD and buy the SEK Swedish krona to pay your supplier. So you are buying the foreign currency, right? So here in the exchange rate, first of all have a look, just have a look on the how the exchange rate is quoted, whether it's direct or indirect. So exchange rate quoted is SEK per US dollar. It means our home currency, the exchange rate quoted is in the per home currency, isn't it? Okay, so it means this is indirect quote and we will divide. Okay, so in case of indirect quote, uh, you have to buy the SEK and you're selling the USD. You are buying the SEK. So it means you will buy at the lower rate in case of indirect. But if it is the direct quote, in that case, you will buy at the higher rate. So first look at the how the exchange rate is quoted, whether it's a direct one or whether it's indirect. So in our case, it's indirect. Why? Because it's quoted in the per home currency and home currency is USD. So so in that case, we will buy at the lower rate. So lower rate is forward rate. Okay, so forward rate is, I'm writing in the shortcut. Please don't follow this kind of shortcut in the exam. So I'm just explaining how the things work. Okay. Okay, so 8.5308. Okay. So now, and this is the indirect code, so we will divide. So expected payment. Here we will divide this. 14,652,788 USD. Okay, so this is the amount we have to pay if we are using the forward market. So now in case of money market, just have a look how the things work. So we have to make payment in the 5-month time. Okay. Okay, and time period is again 5 months. Okay, so now in the money market, first of all, think we have to make the payment. Payment for what? For our liability. So we will create the opposite. Means first we will create the assets. Okay, and how we will create the assets? By depositing the amount. So we will do the deposit in the foreign country. So and what will be the deposit amount? Deposit amount suppose it's X. ठीक है, एक हम लोग अमाउंट डिपॉजिट करेंगे फॉरेन करेंसी में, एंड ये डिपॉजिट करना है कि क्या बोलता है हम लोग को बोरो करना है. हाउ वी विल डिसाइड? पहले हम लोग सोचेंगे आवर पोजीशन, व्हाट इज आवर पोजीशन. हम लोग अभी इन द अभी हमारा पोजीशन क्या है? वी हैव टू मेक ए पेमेंट टू हुम? आवर सप्लायर. सो इट्स अ लायबिलिटी, राइट? So we have to create the opposite side. So it means we will create the asset, and how we will create the asset? By making by depositing the amount. So amount we will deposit today for the 5 months. So obviously we are going to earn some interest on those amount as well, isn't it? Okay. So let's suppose we will deposit the amount X. Let amount to be deposited is X. Okay. So we will deposit X plus and we will earn some interest on this deposit amount. So X into percentage, so equal to suppose Y. So Y, so it means we will deposit the X, and deposit will earn some deposit amount will earn some interest, and totaling this amount, the amount should be equal to the amount we have to pay. Okay. So let's find out. अब हम लोग को x फाइंड करना है. ओके, सो x प्लस x इंटू अब इंटरेस्ट रेट. विच इंटरेस्ट रेट? obviously we will take the interest rate of the Sweden. So investing, okay, it's 2.1. Okay, so it's 2.1%. But this 2.1% is for the annual. Okay, so we are only depositing it for the 5 months. So we will here do 5 by 12. Okay, and y will be equal to the amount which we are about to pay. So it means 125, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It means 125 million. Okay, so solve this. You will get the value of x. Okay, or either you can do simply shortcut is like take this amount and divide it by 1 plus 2.1% into 5 divided by 12. Oh, 5 divided by 12. Okay. Okay, so this is the amount which we have to deposit today in the Sweden ACCA. Okay. Okay, so this is our deposit amount. Okay. This I had explained just for to make it clear how the things work. Okay, so shortcut ये है. अब deposit किया, so now we will convert this deposit in by using the today's spot rate in our home currency. So today's spot rate is given, and as the spot rate given is in the indirect code, so we will divide. Okay, so deposit amount in ACCA now in USD. So divide it by, so obviously we are about to make a payment, so we will buy the foreign currency. So buying will be at lower rate, so 8.4458. So this is USD. Okay, so now the amount we deposited in the SEC is now converted into our home currency. So after that we will borrow the same amount in our home currency. So borrow the same amount in borrow in home country या home currency. So अब borrow भी कितना करेंगे, सेम ऊपर वाला, जैसे इतना borrow किया plus and we will have to make the payment of interest on the amount. So this into in borrowing rate in the United States is 2.2%. So 2.2%, and it's for the 5-month period. So 5 by 12, that is true. Okay, so it means we will borrow this much amount in our home currency. I hope you got my point. I will explain once again. So in case of money market, we have to create the opposite situation, and how we will do that? First of all, we have to decide whether we are about to pay or about to receive. So in our case, we are about to pay. Pay to whom? Our supplier. So it's a liability. So we have to create an asset. And how we will create the asset? By depositing the same amount. So we will deposit the let's suppose we are depositing the amount X in the foreign country. So we have to calculate the value of X. So if we are depositing the amount in the foreign country, so obviously it's going to earn the interest. So we are going to deposit this amount today. So and it's for the 5-month period. So obviously it's going to earn some interest on such amount. Okay, so we will add those amounts together, so, which will be equal to the amount which we are about to pay to our supplier. Okay, so I just calculated this value X by simply dividing the amount which we are paying by the 1 plus deposit rate, and deposit rate is for the whole year. So I just took for the 5-month period, and we got the amount to be deposited in the foreign country, and by using the today's spot rate, I converted the same amount in our USD home country, and this amount we have to borrow in our home country, and the borrowing amount will be this amount plus 1 plus borrowing rate, that means interest which we have to pay on such amount, and again by forfeiting it by 5 by 12 because we only require for the 5 month. Okay, so this is the amount which we are paying to our supplier in the 5-month time by converting it in our home currency. Okay, so after having a look on both of these amount, which one is lower? Obviously, forward market is giving the lower payment, isn't it? Yeah, obviously. So we will go for the forward market. Okay, but don't say just go for the forward market. You have to discuss the pros and cons as well. जैसे कि in case of forward market, the forward market is a OTC market instrument, right? So there is a high chance of the party being default in case the party is suffering the heavy loss. Okay, so you have to mention the both pros and cons. Again, disadvantage you get default risk payment. Advantage will be it will cover the full amounts, so there will be no under and overhedging. एंड ये मार्जिन रिक्वायरमेंट भी नहीं चाहिए, जैसे कि हमारा फ्यूचर वगैरह मार्जिन का रिक्वायरमेंट होता है. सो दिस वी हैव टू डिस्कस हियर फॉर द बोथ फॉरवर्ड मार्केट एंड द मनी मार्केट. Okay, so last question: explain how centralized treasury department assists with the law office company cost reduction strategy, and discuss the advantage of the finance director proposal to decentralize the treasury function. Okay, so this हमारा सेंट्रलाइज ट्रेजरी डिपार्टमेंट लॉ ऑफिस कंपनी को कॉस्ट रिडक्शन स्ट्रेटजी में कैसे मतलब असिस्ट कर सकता है. सो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल, इफ द कंपनी इज हैविंग द सेंट्रलाइज डिपार्टमेंट, क्या होता है कि centralized department have an overall picture of the organization, how much the cash the company is having, how much the cash deficit company is going to be faced in the future. So centralized department has an overall picture of the organization. So what they will do in case the company is having a surplus and some subsidiaries are having the deficit, so what he will do, he will just transfer the surplus to those who require rather than borrowing from the outside. So he will save cost Okay, or what he will do if the company actually required to borrow, so he will just have a look which is which subsidiary or division will require the money. So together he will borrow the such amount from the bank at a very keen interest, because borrowing a small amount will obviously going to be charged a high interest rate from the bank. And if you are borrowing in the bulk, and even though parent company have a good reputation, है कि नहीं? So in that case, the obvious company is going to be offer lowest interest rate, or even in the company is going to deposit in the bulk. The company, the bank will going to offer a high attractive rate rather the small amount, uh, rather than depositing a small amount. Or what will be the other kind of advantage? Okay, in case of risk management, if we talk about the like foreign exchange risks or interest rate risks, as we can see, the above in the first part of our requirement, we just क्या था ये sorry term, multilateral netting. Okay, after doing the multilateral netting, so we have just reduced the many transactions to the few transactions, right? So in this case, it will save our transaction cost, isn't it? So these are the benefit of the centralized treasury department, and how it will assist to the reduce the cost of our organization. So other part, the question is requiring requirement is to discuss the advantage of the finance sector proposal to decentralize the treasury function. Okay, so you have to talk about the advantage of decentralized treasury function. Okay. Okay, the Lough company operates in a highly competitive industry which is undergoing the process of structural adjustment. A wave of merger and acquisition activity has led to the consolidation with the industry as companies seek to maximize economies of scale. This has resulted in a decline in Lough's company profitability over the last few years. Faced with this development, a new executive officer intended to implement a cost reduction strategy to improve the company competitive position. As a part of the wide restructuring, Lough's company directors are due to discuss the future of the treasury function at the next board meeting. The financial director is in the favor of restructuring the treasury function due to ongoing problems and has highlighted these in a recent brief note to the board. For example, there have been delay in the approving the finance required for the new project, and which means Ghana company miss out an excellent investment opportunity. The main reason for this delay is in the complexity of the information required for the approval process at the head office. Another example of the type of problem experienced by subsidiary occurred when plan to float Adlerco on the local stock exchange had to abandon due to the lack of interest from the investor, even though significant expenditure had already been incurred. There are also concerns about the high turnover of staff in the senior management roles across many of the Lough's company subsidiaries due to the lack of delegation of authority. The finance sector believe a centralized treasury function would help to avoid this problem. Okay, so basically there are lots of things given a scenario, so we have to pick those things and write as the advantage of having a decentralized treasury function. For example, as there is mentioned that there have been delay in approving the finance required for the project. Okay, uh, as the company is having the centralized treasury department right now, so due to that there have been delay on the approving the finance required for the new project, and for that reason what happened, those project has been missed out by the subsidiary. So if the company is having the decentralized department, in that case the company will take a quick decision which will be effective and efficient and in the favor of the company, isn't it? And other advantage could be as there is a high staff turnover in the senior management roles across many subsidiaries. So here, if the company has given the proper authority to the if in case company is having a decentralized treasury department, so obviously the company will give a proper authority to all of those to take the decision for their own department. Okay, so taking the own decision, deciding for the own department, or without any what we can say, without any intervention from the head office, obviously going to motivate you, okay, isn't it? So what happened, if you will take the decision for your department by on without any head office or centralized as in the case of centralized office approval, you will be obviously motivated to get your work done. So it will increase your motivation and there will be less staff turnover. Okay, so these all are the advantage of the having a decentralized treasury function. So these are the things you have to pick out from the scenario and write for the part C. Okay, so this much for this question. Okay, in next video we will do the next question. So technically stay tuned with my channel. Please subscribe to my channel and share among your friends.